You know that feeling. You're standing right there. You've rehearsed it in your head, what to say, how to say it, maybe even how to smile. And then the moment comes, and nothing comes out. She laughs at something someone else said. You're standing on the edge of the conversation. Invisible, like you weren't even there. You go home, you lie down, you stare at the ceiling, and the voice in your head starts. Why does this keep happening to me? Why can't I just say the right thing? Am I not enough? Here's the truth, and it stings a little. She didn't ignore you because you weren't good enough. She ignored you because the version of you that showed up didn't know how to be seen. I know you've tried things, new clothes, hitting the gym, sending that funny text you rewrote 4 times, on practicing what to say in the mirror at 1 a.m., like some kind of rehearsal that never leads to a performance. And it still didn't click. That's because everything you changed was on the surface. The problem isn't your looks, it's not your money, it's not even your words. The problem is the energy you walk into a room with, and the silent signals you're sending without even realizing it. Today, I'm going to give you 7 psychological secrets that will completely change how women perceive you. Not tricks, not manipulation. Real shifts in how you carry yourself, how you communicate, and who you become. Because this isn't just about impressing a girl. This is about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to try that hard, because his presence does the work for him. Secret 1. Stillness speaks louder than words. Most guys try to fill every silence. They talk more when they're nervous. They laugh a little too loud. They crack a joke when nobody asked. They fill gaps because silence feels like rejection. Here's what psychology tells us. Anxious people fill space. Confident people own it. Next time you're around someone you're attracted to, slow down. Don't rush your words. Let a pause breathe for a second. Look at her when she talks. Actually look at her. Not waiting for your turn to speak, not planning your next line, just genuinely present. When you stop fidgeting with silence, something shifts. She starts noticing you differently. She wonders why you're so calm, why you're not trying so hard. And that curiosity, right there, that's the beginning of attraction. Stillness is not emptiness. It's control that doesn't need to announce itself. Or secret 2. Eye contact is a whole conversation. Most guys either stare too hard, which feels intense and uncomfortable, or they look away too fast, which reads as nervous and insecure. Neither one works. The sweet spot is what researchers call soft eye contact. You hold the gaze just a beat longer than average. Then you look away. Slowly. Not nervously. Not like you got caught. Slowly. Like you chose to look away. That small difference changes everything. It says, I see you. I'm not afraid of this moment. I'm not running from how I feel. Practice this everywhere. With friends, with strangers at the shop, in the mirror. It sounds minor. The effect is not minor. Because the eyes communicate what the mouth is too scared to say. Secret 3. Stop seeking approval. Start giving attention. Here's the pattern that kills attraction faster than anything else. Seeking validation in real time. Checking if she laughed. Asking, was that weird? After you said something. Explaining your own jokes. Watching her face after every sentence to see if you're landing. She feels all of it. Women are incredibly perceptive. They can sense when someone is performing for them versus simply being with them. And performing feels exhausting to be around. The shift is this. Stop monitoring how you're coming across and start genuinely being interested in her. Ask one real question, not a surface question. A question you actually want to know the answer to. Then listen. Actually listen, like her answer matters to you. Here's the paradox. The moment you stop needing her approval, you become more attractive. Because you've shown her that you're not desperate for anything from her. You're just present. And presence is magnetic. Secret 4. Be unreactive. Someone teases you. Someone challenges something you said. A comment lands with a slight edge. What do? Most guys either deflate, they laugh nervously, back down immediately, over-apologize for existing, or they overreact, get defensive, try to win the argument, make it a whole thing. Neither is right. The attractive response is to stay level, a small smile, a slow nod, maybe a short, calm reply. Then continue like nothing happened. This is called emotional regulation. And it is one of the most quietly powerful things a man can display. It tells her, my mood is not controlled by outside events. I have an internal compass. I am not easy to destabilize. And when she sees that nothing throws you off, she starts to feel safe around you. And safety is the gateway to real attraction. A man who can't be rattled doesn't need to be loud about it. Secret 5. Speak less, mean more. There's a psychological principle called signal scarcity. The rarer a signal is, the more weight it carries. When everything is said, nothing lands. Guys who talk constantly, every thought, every opinion, every observation, every joke, dilute their own presence. You stop being interesting because you become predictable. Edit yourself. When you have something worth saying, say it clearly. No, I think maybe. Just, I think. No trailing off. No qualifying everything with, I don't know, but uncertainty is fine. Performing uncertainty is not. One well-placed, for genuine compliment hits 10 times harder than 5 nervous ones. One direct question creates more real intimacy than 30 minutes of small talk. The man of few words doesn't talk less. He means more when he speaks. Secret 6. Build a life she's actually curious about. This one goes deeper than any interaction. Attraction is often not really about the conversation. It's about what your life signals about who you are. A man who has real passions, real goals, and genuine enthusiasm for even one thing is magnetic. Not because he shows it off, but because that energy is impossible to fake and impossible to hide. When she asks what you've been up to, what do you say? If the answer is always, nothing much, just work, that's a dead end. But if you have a real answer, something you're building, a skill you're developing, a trip you're planning, a project you care about, that creates genuine intrigue, you stop being just another guy she talked to. You become a story she wants to know more of. The most attractive thing you can build is a life worth talking about. Secret 7. Know your own value without needing anyone to confirm it. This is the final layer, and it's the one most people never actually reach. Self-worth that depends on external validation is fragile. A girl's interest, a compliment, a text back. If your confidence lives in those moments, it collapses the second they disappear. And she can feel that fragility. It shows up in how you carry yourself, in how quickly you fold, in how desperately you need the conversation to go well. The men who create deep, effortless attraction are the ones who have genuinely decided, I am worth knowing. Not from arrogance, not from ego, from self-honesty. They've done the real work on themselves. They know what they stand for. They know what they bring. They don't need a girl to hand them their confidence. That kind of energy doesn't need to be marketed. It doesn't need to be performed. It's just felt. The second you walk into a room, when you finally believe in your own worth, you stop auditioning for people. And that's exactly when people start choosing you. So when all 7 of these things start living inside you at once, the stillness, the presence, the eye contact, the emotional control, the self-belief, what do you actually become? Not someone who's good with girls. Something more than that. You become a man who is fully in his own skin, who doesn't chase, who doesn't perform, who doesn't shrink himself to fit into someone else's comfort zone. I want to be honest with you, though. This is not a magic trick. You won't watch this video once and transform overnight. These are identity shifts. They require repetition. They require discomfort. They require you to sit with yourself honestly and decide who you actually want to be. But here's where you start. Right now. Today. Tell yourself this. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I only need to become someone I'm proud of. Because the version of you that is fully, quietly, honestly himself, that version is already more attractive than any technique you could ever learn. Attraction isn't something you do to someone. It's something you become.